soul with it. Yeah. So I was listening to ESPN LA radio with Keyshawn Johnson and Travis Rogers, and they were discussing what Stephen A. Smith reported how he heard that Kyrie Irving has been talking to Kobe Bryant, the greatest player to ever breathe oxygen, by the way, about the possibility of reuniting and teaming back up with LeBron James in Los Angeles. Travis Rogers mentioned how Stephen A. also stated that he heard from his so-called sources and people close to Kyrie that there's no way in hell Kyrie Irving wants to come back and play with LeBron James in LA. So that's when Keyshawn Johnson says, well, that didn't come from Kobe though. And the producer Raj yelled from the background about Stephen A. reports that they're pretty much accurate. So that's when Travis Rogers mentioned how Stephen A. Smith is very connected and pretty well plugged in. Keyshawn Johnson then responded by saying that he knows Stephen A. may be plugged in, but there's a lot of things around it and that nobody knows exactly what Kobe Bryant said to Kyrie Irving. And then you have other people saying things and that we don't know what he's talking to Kobe Bryant about. And then he says there are other people saying there's no way in hell. Keyshawn Johnson says, well, you don't know that. You don't know if that's true. So Keyshawn says Kyrie is the one who extended the invitation to LeBron about how he screwed up in Cleveland and wanted to let bygones be bygones, okay? So that's when Travis Rogers was explaining how when Magic was on First Take and he explained how his dream scenario would be if he could wave a magic wand over the Lakers and if he could bring two players to the team with LeBron, the two players would be Kyrie Irving and Kawhi Leonard. So that's when Travis Rogers started to explain how the real question is, can these guys still play together and fit? It's not 2016 no more, and it's been a minute since they played together at their best. So that's when Keyshawn Johnson responded by saying Kyrie Irving could still play, and he balled for Boston. So that's when Keyshawn Johnson also spoke on how maybe Kyrie finally realizes he made a mistake and possibly he's ready to reunite with LeBron. So here's Keyshawn Johnson's exact quote. He says, well, maybe he's genuine with the mistakes he made in Cleveland. Maybe he's genuine with that. Maybe he really feels that he screwed it up and he should have stuck by LeBron and he would take it on and look at it differently the second time around with LeBron. Maybe that is the case. So that's when Travis Rogers responded to Keyshawn Johnson's comments by saying that that's a lot of things that will have to click and right. A, he has to be healthy. B, he's had to have figured things out. And C, he has to go back to being second fiddle to LeBron. So if you guys would like to hear the full audio, the link is in the description box. So here we are again with talks of Kyrie teaming up with LeBron. Now listen, it's a lot of emotional, delusional basketball fans who think with their heart and not with their minds. They don't use logic. So the media sell you stories and they profit off of y'all emotions, period. But it's people like me who are just realists. We just honest. And I'm here to bring y'all back to reality by speaking truth, alright? I'm not like Snoop Dogg or Snoop Doggy Dogg or Ice Cube who go on national television and in front of millions of people and say nobody's going to go to the Clippers and stars not really going to go to the Clippers and the Clippers are never going to surpass the Lakers and blah blah blah, okay? See, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be honest with you guys because Jerry West is dead and things have changed. That's what happens in life. Things change, and if you don't move with the times, if you don't evolve, then you'll find yourself stuck in the past, okay? And it's just hilarious to me because when Kyrie Irving first got traded to Boston, you had LeBron James fans, which is pretty much every entire casual basketball fan in America who only watched the big games when LeBron James played. They all called Kyrie Irving a snake when he decided to take on a challenge to go to Boston and lead his team. So now all of a sudden Kyrie Irving lose 1 second round on his own, full of young players, and now all of a sudden he can't lead a team and he needs to go crawling back to LeBron James. I mean, you had LeBron James worshippers, not God worshippers, LeBron James worshippers like Max Kellerman who bashed Kyrie Irving since he left Cleveland and gave Kyrie Irving all these backhand compliments, goes on national television in front of millions and disrespect this man, and then turn around yesterday and say Kyrie Irving could save the rest of LeBron James' legacy or something like that. He said now he could save LeBron. Okay, now he could say, and this is what Kevin Durant was talking about, just toxic. The media scares players away. They don't want to deal with that type of mess. They've been doing it for years. They don't want to deal with this mess. And the media plays a large part into why a lot of the top players wants to stay away from the Lakers, because when you go on national television and you sell the perception that it's all bad with the Lakers, then they don't want to go there. So maybe what you guys need to start doing, because as you heard Frank Vogel say when he got there, things weren't as bad as the media made it seem. It was actually great in there. They had hospitality, etc., etc. The media plays a large part into why it looks bad as well. And also, back to Kyrie Irving, it took Kobe Bryant years. I'm a huge Kobe Bryant fan, by the way. It took him years to figure things out without Shaq. He ain't just wake up and go to the finals without Shaq. It took him almost 4 years to win a championship and to win without Shaquille O'Neal. It takes time. LeBron James was losing in the semifinals back in 05 and 06, 07, 08. It took time. Jordan lost. Kevin Durant lost. I mean, it happens to the best of them. It's losing. It's part of the game. Like Pop said on the movie Friday, you win some, you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another day, okay? And disrespecting this man helps none. It don't help. It don't help our chances at all. Because in this situation, which has been going on and it's still going on, everybody gets the blame except for LeBron James. But I know the only reason they saying this, because you don't hear them disrespecting Russell Westbrook like they do Kyrie Irving. You don't hear them saying Russell Westbrook needs to beg Kevin Durant to come back to the OKC Thunder because Westbrook hasn't been able to lead. He hasn't been able to lead his team past the first round without Kevin Durant. Now, you don't hear that. No, you don't hear that. I'm not hearing nobody saying that about Russell Westbrook. You don't hear that on ESPN, that Russell Westbrook can't lead a team. You never hear that. I'm not hearing nobody say Kemba Walker can't lead a team. He's been in Charlotte for years and still hasn't led them to the playoffs. You don't hear them saying that. But when it comes to Kyrie Irving after coming off an injury, adding Gordon Hayward, who was also just came off a major injury, with a bunch of young players, this man all of a sudden can't lead a team. I mean, we can't give him time at age 26 because it's all to fit the LeBron James narrative, their marketing asset. They are literally trying to brainwash the masses into making Kyrie Irving look bad and making it seem like he needs LeBron James and his life will never be the same, or he will never win a championship without LeBron James, when the man is only 26 years of age and still has time to prove himself. And I want to know, Keyshawn Johnson, exactly what mistake did Kyrie Irving make in Cleveland? Because all I seen the man do was play basketball. That's it. That's it. And not get credit for a shot that he made, a clutch shot that he made in the NBA Finals. But it's obvious what they're doing. I see right through what they're doing. They're feeling desperate. They're out of options. They're out of options for LeBron James. And instead of saying LeBron is the one who needs Kyrie Irving more than Kyrie Irving needs LeBron, they'll keep saying quotes like, you cannot live with your own failure. And where did that bring you? Back to me. But sorry, it's not going to bring him back to him. Saying things like that won't work. And Kyrie Irving will be the one who's winning in the long run and win that first ring, possibly without LeBron James. Before LeBron James, actually. Now, do I believe Stephen A. Smith's sources? No. This is the same man who said KD would be joining the Lakers. The Lakers would be at the top of his list, but the man clearly said out of his own mouth he was going to make a basketball decision. That it was about playing team basketball, winning championships, okay? And I'm just paraphrasing, but the man said it was about basketball. And I was the one who was like, he's going to go to state. Basically, the way he's talking, he's going to go to state. And everybody called me crazy. They said I was crazy to think that. And look what happened. 2 rings, most likely about to be a 3rd championship later. The man is in Golden State. But has Kobe Bryant talked to Kyrie Irving? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. But at the end of the day, Kyrie Irving is his own man. And personally, I think Boston is going to do whatever it takes to keep Kyrie Irving happy in Boston, period. Me personally, I would rather the Lakers go after Kawhi Leonard, or I would rather the Lakers trade for Mike Conley. It's about defense, being a two-way player. But I think Kawhi Leonard is going to either stay in Toronto, win or lose, or go to the Clippers. I think the Lakers' main focus should be, the top priority for the Lakers should be Anthony Davis or trading that pick for somebody else. Because in my opinion, if the Lakers come back with that same exact roster next season and draft a player in that draft, honestly, I think the Lakers will miss the playoffs again or barely make it. If they do, I think they'll be 2 games better than they were this year. That's just my opinion. Hey, y'all can feel how y'all want to feel. I don't care. But that's if they have the same exact roster and miss out on some good talent. Now, don't get me wrong. If they get some great C-level players like a JJ Redick, then fine. We could possibly make the playoffs. But I think the Lakers should 100% trade that pick, because to me, that's their only sales pick and hope in free agency. I don't know how you're going to sell to these free agents a 35-year-old LeBron coming off an injury and a bunch of young players. If I'm a player, I'm not buying that. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Do I think Kyrie Irving is coming to the Los Angeles Lakers to reunite with LeBron? Absolutely not. And then you got fans like, oh, well, the media, they just don't want to see players come team up with LeBron. They don't want LeBron to get help. Bruh, shut up. All right? Shut up. Like, really, bruh? You're talking about ESPN, a network which is pro LeBron James, and their main demographic, which is all LeBron James fans, which is a pro LeBron James channel that has been recruiting free agents more than LeBron, more than the Lakers, more than any other network in the entire universe. Like, listen to what you're saying. You're saying that ESPN don't want players to go team up with LeBron James? Come on, man. People coming up with these fantasy lineups. Maybe Kyrie can play the 2 and Lonzo could play the 1. No, Kyrie Irving is great with the ball in his hand. That means LeBron has to play off the ball. That means Lonzo will have to play off the ball. It's just not a great pair to me. I think the Lakers should either trade for Anthony Davis or Mike Conley, or try to get Devin Booker, which most likely won't happen, but it's a chance, and see what you can get in free agency by making those trades. But like I said, that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all get in that comment box, like, share, subscribe. I'm out.